Friends, I'm going to review this deck here I picked up from the artesiantarot.com. Wonderful company, always high quality. The cards are always stellar. And this one was the Jacob Jerger Tarot de Bescon. Now, I haven't seen this in person. I haven't even seen a review on it. I just looked online. I'm like, this looks like a cool deck, so I picked it up. They had a sale going on. I think it was back around Christmas, and I decided to get it. And this number is 459 out of 1,000, and I don't remember the cost of it either. I'm going to open this up. Okay. That was easy, right? Most time you rip the things apart, but this one came apart very easily. Let me open up the band here. Give me a second. Okay, so here are the cards. Let's see, there's no guidebook. It's just a typical plain box. Nothing fancy about that. And they have the first edition. There's 1,000 decks that were made. So if you haven't got a copy, pick one up. Maybe you'll be one of the ones who gets the first edition like I did. Got lucky there. There's the back of the cards. They're kind of like a pink color, and they are like a linen texture. Real nice quality. These guys always make the best quality decks, I tell you. They're just wonderful. And let's see, okay. Anything else in here? And they have this card here in the back, which says that they want to thank you for the purchase and that they know these cards will provide meaningful readings, and they actually will. If you want to go to the website for more accessories, do so. And they have a newsletter. I would suggest joining that newsletter as well. So we're going to go ahead and go through the majors first. Then once we hit the majors, we'll move through the minors and we'll go suit by suit like I normally do. So you can see how the suits compare to one another all in a line. It's a lot easier that way than doing them one by one. Now here's something weird. As I'm going through this, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there's the court cards. That is the swords. This is the wands, which we'll go through later, but they're very similar. Kind of threw me off a little bit. You see the swords here and no swords here for the wands. Okay, and then we're going to set these aside right here. Cups. Okay, and the way they package this, as you can see, they go from 10 all the way down to the courts. It's just how they do it. They don't start at the aces. They start at the 10s and count backwards and have the ace and then going back like a deck of cards almost. Okay. So now we'll drop the camera down, get in tight, and we'll run through the majors and check them out, right? Just to see how they look. And they're looking pretty cool so far. All right, so we kick it off with the Fool. Like a cat or something biting his leg. That's interesting. Then we have the Magician. I like that. That's the High Priestess, but in this deck, it's not the High Priestess. I forget what symbol this is. It's one of the gods. Next is the Empress. Emperor. That's the Hierophant. The Lover's card. That's cool. The Chariot. I like the faces on his shoulders. I like the horses too. Lady Justice. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune, the rabbit. That's interesting. Strength. The Hangman. Death. I don't have much commentary on this, but it's definitely a cool deck. I like the historical vibe from it. That's why I buy these, really. I don't read with them too much. I just enjoy the history about them, so I buy them just for that as part of my collection. The Devil. That's a good devil card. Tower. Star. The Moon. The Sun. That's interesting. Judgment. And then the world. Now we're going to go and just run through the minors. And again, this deck is from what year is it from? Does it even say on here? Yeah, 1820 to 1845. So I believe it's a French deck, German born Master Cartier Jacob Jerger in Besancon, France. Yeah, so it's a French deck. And the original decks were printed from carved wood blocks and colored with stencils. So this company also tries to keep to the rendition of the earlier cards. So it's nice to see that as well. And this was common throughout the 17th and 19th century. It says the deck would digitally recreate it. And they studied the decks from the National Library of France and researched their history to understand the images. To create consistency, same color palette was used throughout the deck. The misaligned coloring was corrected, and details were also enhanced. So that's about that. All right. Now we'll run through the minors and just take a peek at how they look. I'm just going to go pretty quick as well because I don't have a lot of comment on this one. I just want to really share the deck with you all in case you saw it, you're interested in picking it up. And I would definitely recommend it because it's always nice to have a bit of history with you with tarot. It's just kind of cool to look back and see how the others used to read and what the cards used to look like. So this is the Marseille tradition as well. It's not Rider-Waite, which you're probably used to seeing. Right, with the pentacles, the cups, the wands, and the swords. So these are the 10s. Then we're going to go to the 9. Eights. Next is the 7. 5. The 6, sorry, the 6. You notice too how like the 6 are around balance and it feels balanced, kind of harmonious. So when you read these decks, and if you don't understand them, always go by the number, the numerology of it, and also go by the suit of it. And then I'll give you an idea of what it means. So here, it's a pentacle, so it's around things that materialize, stabilize in our world, things that have been manifested into reality. And since the 6 is around harmony, you can see that. And then each suit also, look at the configuration because here, right on the pentacles, you have 4, which is stability, and 2 is decision, but there are also possibilities or new beginnings. That's why the 1's also separated out. And so that is how you can have harmony, because once you make the right decisions, grab the right opportunities, and the stability comes into play. And so it makes sense on the earthly plane. On the emotional plane, it's very even because 3 and 3, so the 3 is around communication, creativity, and so forth. And with emotions, how do you have stability and harmony and balance? Through talking with your partner. Okay. The wands is also has that balance feel. So 3 interlined with gray, which is wisdom. So this is all around your fire and your passion. Now the 6 of swords here, even though it's harmony, you feel a little bit of struggle in here, a little bit of contention, the way it's interlaced here and here. So, and the black is your subconscious. Because remember, swords are about the mind. So you have black and red a lot in here. You have white and red here, which is white's more truth, with some gray wisdom, and the red is your passion. Yellow. See, so look at the colors and look at the numbers. You'll be able to read with the deck without a problem. So you don't always have to know what something means. If you know what the numerology is and what the suit means and can read colors, you can use that also to derive your meaning. The 5. 4. Interesting. In the middle there. The 3. And when you do read with this deck, to differentiate between the wands and the swords, because some cards you don't see the sword in it, look at the ends. They all got that weird type of bend to them, where the wands are more straight. So that's kind of one way you can tell if you're reading with a deck like this. 2. And if you're interested in more reviews, where it's easier to find and catalog, go to wordwithatwist.com. click on deck reviews, you'll be able to have access to all reviews I have done in a ordered way, so it's easy to find them. Now we're at the aces. I like that. See the fruit there as well. This is the mind. See, it feels so perfect, like something new is ready to spark. I really enjoy the way they created the aces for the suits. Not they as in Artesian Tarot, as in the original creator. And the cups too, that's a great cup. And I like the pentacles. Now we're going to go to the court cards. We're going to start with the pages. And each one's holding their own suit. One thing too is kind of odd. I don't know what to make of it, if anything at all, but on some of these older decks, you have a pentacle in hand and a pentacle here. I just find that interesting. It's like floating. And they say that the Knight of Pentacles is like the card that goes out to find wealth. This is the page learning how to find it. So now you have the Knight. Yeah, Pentacle there. He's holding like a, is that a baton or I don't know what that is. Holds this cup. Has to be something with the element because elements always hold their own. The suit, the court card normally holds their own suit item, and so it's like the sword, the baton, or the wand, and then you have the cups, and then here. So this has to be something with the earth. I'm not too sure what that is, but I find that to be interesting. Queen. And then we're going to wrap it up with the king. It's funny too that these two here, which is your passive energy, are older, the gray bears, so they're much more mature. Where these two here are your active, they're younger. It's almost like they're going to get up and just always want to fight. Even though they're mature, they're ready for a battle. Where these guys are like, I've had it, done that, been there, I'm wise now. I'll let the other people fight because I don't need to. I'm the king. I'm going to rule my kingdom. I think that's interesting. Anyway, so that is the Jacob Jerger Tarot de Besancon, and it's from artesiantarot.com. So if you enjoyed the review, want to pick up a copy yourself, you want to go right there. It's on the box. artesiantarot.com. And enjoy, my friends. Again, I don't get anything from this, no affiliate. I just enjoy their products. Anyway, that's all I got. If you enjoyed this review, give me a like, drop a comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in my next one. All right, until next time, see y'all again. Bye now.